Okay, now I can go live. This is my life. These faces and stories. It's me continually trying to figure out what the hey is going on. Um, so, all right, let me do my one little last thing that I need to do, and then I will collect my brain. In the meantime, I'm going to get this up because I have my notes here about what I wanted to discuss with y'all today. Um, Yep, there it is. Come on. There I am. I love when it works. I'm also going to pull the plug on this because I don't need to hear me echoing. Okay, come. Okay, good. All right, now I can see if anybody's here on Facebook. All right. Hi, happy Monday. See, I missed saying happy Monday, so I had to put my 6 month check in on a Monday so I could share with you. So hi, here is this is week 2. I started this journey a week ago on June 1st, and I set up these goals, and then I broke it down into what I thought it would look like, and then, of course, everything, you know, things happened during the week. So I'm going to give you sort of a recap of what happened. So that Monday, I was like, let's just like say yes to things. So I saw that there was a live song critique going on with this group that I belong to. I don't know what you would call it, like a community. It's called the Craft House. And if you are a serious songwriter and you want to up your game, ask me about it and I will send you a link because it's amazing. It's basically a very intimate, closed group where they not only have like lessons and tutorials, but they do song critiques. And so last Monday, I caught a little reminder that they were having a song critique, and I decided I'm going to submit a song, and I jumped in. And I did. And it was terrifying, exhilarating, and in the end, very, very rewarding because I got really good feedback. So that felt really, really good. I also had made the migration from MailChimp to MailerLite a priority. So I worked my butt off. And if you're on my mailing list, you experienced my first major snafu. Oh, it was so embarrassing and so uncomfortable. So essentially, what happened was I brought all of my contacts that are still active in MailChimp over to MailerLite. I'm like, all right, this is awesome. And I made a mistake and added everybody in MailerLite to a group that triggered an automation. It triggered a welcome message. So every single person, oh God, it makes me nauseous just talking about it. I don't know if you've ever done this before when you accidentally hit reply all. It's like similar to that. It basically sent out a welcome to my mailing list newsletter to every single person on my mailing list who's been with me for years, decades, months, whatever. And then I like instantly started getting all of these unsubscribes, and I'm like, no, it was a mistake. So that sucked a lot, and it kind of like took my excited energy and dimmed it a little bit because I'm like, why? It's like the universe, blah, blah, blah. Like the poor me thing started to kick in. So I decided to send out an apology, and I did. And here's the funny thing that happened. Um, One of the people who unsubscribed, I actually wrote to them and sent them a personal apology because I've known them for years and they're somebody in the biz, and I just felt like sick that they thought I was like spamming them. So I wrote them a personal letter and I said, listen, this is what happened and I'm really sorry, and you've been unsubscribed. You won't hear from me again. And they wrote back and they said, all good, no worries. I'm retired now. Who knew? So I'm unsubscribing from all of these subscriptions I belong to, but I have to say, you win the prize for the most interesting subject line. She said, you always pique my interest. So, hooray. That was nice. I heard from somebody I haven't spoken to in a very long time from another life who said, oh, even a mistake, it's always a pleasure hearing from you. So okay, I went through that uncomfortable moment where I felt like this is it. I just screwed everything up and shame, 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 piling it on top of myself. And it turned out it was perfectly fine. I lost some subscribers. They probably weren't that interested in me anyway, or not actively interested in my goings on. I'll say that. That's a nicer way of saying it. So that's how that that went down. But I finished. I finished the migration over to MailerLite, and I think I'm stable now. I think I've stabilized everything. The other thing that I did, now mind you, this is all in 1 week. So the other, and that was a huge thing, but okay, I'll stop interrupting myself. So then on Wednesday, I had my very first one on one coaching call with the founder of the Craft House, Mike McDermott. And I just kind of like vomited all my ideas on him. Like this is what I'm trying to do, and this is what I think is possible in 6 months' time. And these are, I showed him my Opus One, just like I shared with you guys. Oh, I also live streamed and showed you guys my Opus One and how I planned on organizing everything. And, he's like, look, you're super talented and you're really organized. You've got a lot of ideas. So let's plan on narrowing the focus, and he gave me some ideas of where I should put my energy. And so, one of my goals was trying to get a new sink placement. When I say that, I'm saying sink, SYNCH, not sink like your bathroom sink. What it means, if you're not in the industry, is when you place a song in like a television show or a movie, it's called syncing. So, he said the first thing you need to do is get your catalog organized. You got to see what you've got. You've got to see what's worth working on, and let's try and flesh out what you have happening. So I went into my disco, and the first thing that I did was find every single song that I could that was in there that was like a demo. And when I say demo, I mean like sung into my iPhone kind of demo, right? And put it into one, what we call a playlist. Imagine like a folder of sorts, right? Take a guess how many how many songs I've written over the last few years that I have not recorded, that aren't produced, that aren't mixed. Just take a wild guess. Give it a minute, see if anybody guesses. And if they don't, I'll just tell you. So I'll just tell you. I have 158 unrecorded songs that I've written. Hey, JT. That's a good look. Could your lips be any redder? Hey, Cheryl. Yeah, well, I'm gonna talk about this later. Sorry if I made a noise. I am gonna talk about this whole thing going on here. So yeah, there's 158 songs. I'm not saying I'm going to record all 158 songs, but obviously, yeah, somebody guessed 125. Yeah, 158. So it was like completely like mind melting. Like my brain just went, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I decided, okay, you just had the piano tuned. Let's make a subset of this list. And let's make a list of anything that you haven't recorded that you really envision real piano going on. So I made a new list, and I think that narrowed it down to 22 songs. So, and I think I just discovered a few that I forgot. So here's what I did do, and I'm really, really proud of myself, even with the anxiety of realizing I had that many songs and that many piano songs, I got into the studio and I recorded the piano for my song Just Be. You guys have heard it if you listen to my live stream concerts. Um, you know, maybe just take a beat, feel the ground touch your feet. This could be the moment we just be. So I did. I got the. I'm getting a little emotional because I'm really proud of myself. It was scary because I think I've talked about like my anxiety issues. One of my other anxiety issues is like the minute the record button gets hit. Hey, Anne Marie, yay! Um, I get really. It's like I'll sit down at the piano. I could play for hours. I could rehearse. I could do a show. But like as soon as I go into this is the version that is going to go on the whatever. There's no records anymore, but you know what I mean? Like the permanent version. It raises such anxiety in me. And I need to figure out a way to make that less sucky. So, anyway, I did. I got the piano part recorded, and that was a big thing for me. It was really scary only because I have, along with anxiety, I have OCD, and like everything has to be perfect. And like, I'm not perfect. I'm a human, but I'm also not a pianist. I'm a songwriter who plays piano. So my piano playing is fine. I'm not going to sit here and degrade myself, but it's not pristine, you know? So sometimes you just have to find the track. Like I did 4 takes because one take I was in the middle of this great take and all of a sudden like my I forgot to turn on do not disturb and my watch buzzed me and I went wee like that. So it screwed up. So I did 4 full takes, well 3.5. And then I just listened and I really micro listened. Like what can I live with? What can I not live with? And which one has the best consistency and playing, but also I could feel the emotion in it. So I found it. It was the last track. It was also the one that I turned the click track up like screamingly loud. So I was really hearing the tempo and the beat in my head. So yeah, so I did that. Um, Here are some things that I learned along the way. So I told you I finished up the migration of my mailer light, and I realized like I have all these videos that live on YouTube that have a click here to sign up for my mailing list. And now it's the wrong address. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to spend a day like going into each individual thing. I found out how to bulk edit descriptions of my YouTube videos, but not replacing it, like, because I don't want to replace all the stuff that was in the description, but putting something new at the end and then doing like a find. And so I learned a new skill. That was the other thing I did this past week. And I think I'm going to maybe even do like a little live or a tutorial about that because I think that's something that might live well on YouTube, like how to fix, a description. But okay. So here are the things that I decided to tweak. Here is the other thing that I did last week. Every single day, I clocked what time and what I was doing. Every single day. And then I made a spreadsheet out of it and analyzed it to see where my time was spent. Wild, right? So last week, the majority of my time was spent on admin, the mailer light thing and coaching and the song critique, which are all good things. This is a new week, and it is, as I've said over and over again, I don't want to be a content creator. I'm not seeking to be an influencer. She uses the air quotes. I'm a musician. I am a songwriter. I want to share my music with you. So I want this week to be like created music, whether it's recording or, editing or producing. I want that to be the biggest chunk of my time, as opposed to administrative stuff. So I did something, I also made a decision to do something really different today, and that was to wake up early. And instead of my morning routine, which was also taking up a significant chunk of my day, even though I decided I'm not going to include my morning routine in my work day, because I'm taking this very seriously as like a work day. But I do a lot of things. It's like I make the bed, I empty the drain board, I empty the dishwasher, I feed the kid, the cat, all the things, right? So I decided to get out of bed, get into my gym clothes, and walk out the door, walk to the gym, work out, come back from the gym. Because a huge amount of my time was spent exercising, which is good, but it was in the smack in the middle of the day. And what I was finding is that I come back from the gym, I'm starving, so that's when I would eat. And then after I ate, I was like, ugh, like a big like blump. Like I just didn't feel like doing anything. And I wanted to be more productive before. So I got up this morning. Well, truth be told, I think I woke up really early because it was still dark out. My brain was racing like, what time is it? Don't look. What time is it? Don't look. And the anxiety of like, I'm going to wake up too late and then it's going to be late and then I'm going to go to the gym. The other reason I go to the gym in the middle of the day, or used to, because now this is my new thing, is because it's quieter. I don't want to wait for machines. I don't need to show off in front of people. I just want to go and get my workout done, right? So, yeah, I got up really early. I went to the gym, worked out, walked back, went right into the shower, and decided I'm getting dressed and I'm putting on some makeup. So that's where this comes in. That's like a circle back to the comment earlier. Here are the things I'm going to tweak tomorrow morning and moving forward. I realized on my walk that walking to the gym was not peaceful or calming in any way, shape, or form because I was right behind the sanitation workers the entire mile and a half walk to the gym. And it just like, I'm not good with a lot of sound in the morning. Like, I just want peace. I want quiet. So I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm going to walk around my neighborhood and then get in the car and drive to the gym. The other thing that I noticed, and I'm going to give it one more day, but I'm not used to gym energy music that early in the morning. It's like, I think it was like, like heavy metal or something. I don't know. It's just, I want either real quiet or really soft, soothing music in the morning. And so I said, you know what? Maybe you're just not used to it. So maybe if you walk around the neighborhood and it's really peaceful and you're listening to birds or a podcast or whatever, then when you drive to the gym, by the time you get there, you'll be okay with the sounds. But I'm going to take my earbuds just in case. And if it's bugging me, I'm going to put my earbuds on and put something else in my ears so I don't have to listen to everything. Note to self, this is what my observation of the gym culture is that early in the morning, because I got there at 7 a.m. and I'm usually there at like between 12:30 and like 1:30 in the afternoon. There were a lot of unbelievably in shape people at that time of day, morning. There are also some very, very old men who are complaining about their wives or significant others. I heard more conversations, and she's yelling at me, I don't understand a word you're saying. And then I'm saying, but you're the one who has hearing aids. Just put your hearing aids in. And they're fighting. And like, what am I supposed to do with that? That's what I listen to doing my weight routine this morning. So yay. Um, so that's it, kids. This is my forecast for this week. So I told you I recorded piano for one of the songs, Just Be. I think what I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm either going to record a demo vocal. I think that's what I really want to do. I'm going to record a demo vocal for that song and then do a piano track for another song. Just keep in motion. I did see that there was a brief that came in this week. One of the things that I mentioned as far as getting artist placements, that was another one of my goals, is that, I have this publisher that I work with in the UK, and I saw a brief come through this morning for Christmas music. And so I said to my husband, I'm like, hey, feel like getting some balls and glitter and, all the things going for Christmassy vibes and write a Christmas song maybe soon. So it's due beginning of July. So I think I'm going to keep pushing forward with the piano stuff. However, I am going to think of Christmas and allow Christmas energy into my brain. And if something comes up, I'm going to document it either in a memo on my phone or jump down here into the studio and record something. But I might be writing a Christmas song soon. So just so you are aware. Yeah. Oh, there's another thing that I did. I also got a message from a co-writer that a song that we co-wrote, their sync agent, remember sync, SYNCH, person who places, the agent is a person who tries to get stuff into the television shows and the movies, is interested in the song that we song that we co-wrote together. So I had to export stems. What are stems? Do you really care? It's pieces of it's like, okay, the drums on one track and the bass on one track, and instead of like hearing the whole thing all together, so that if somebody winds up using it, they can create little, what do they call them, buttons, if it's a television show. Anyway, those are all the things that I did last week. It's humongous. The list was hilarious of all the things. It clocked me without my morning routine. It clocked me with 60 hours of work last week. So this week, I am hoping that more of those hours are, like I said, spent creating music. Don't forget, tomorrow, 4 p.m., live stream concert. Still doing those. Still rehearsing, all that stuff, putting set lists together. And then we'll see. Maybe I'll still do a coffee and a song on Thursday. I'm not sure. But Friday, I will definitely be sending out a Friday vibe. Something uplifting, something joyful that I experienced during the week. I'll be sharing that with everybody. And yeah, like I said, if you've got support, words of encouragement, ideas of like how to help me, fulfill one of the three goals, if not all three, send them on over. I'm listening. All right, guys. I love you all. I will see you tomorrow at 4 p.m., I hope, for my live stream concert where I'll be singing requests and stuff that I just felt like singing. And have a magnificent rest of your week. I love you guys. All right, I gotta shut it down. Okay. Ready? Gonna shut it down.